Of course, that's not the only thing that we've been accused of socializing this year. You might have heard we passed a health care bill. And was that Roger Ailes applauding out there? Some Republicans have suggested that the bill contains a few secret provisions. Now, that's ridiculous. There aren't a few secret provisions in the health care plan. There are like hundreds. Tonight, in the interest of transparency, I'd like to share a couple. Let's see. This provision is called the Bay State of Denial. It reads, "This bill shall cover short-term memory loss related to the passage of Massachusetts health care reform." So good news, Mitt, your condition is covered. This next provision is called the Jersey Shore-Up. It reads, "The following individuals shall be excluded from the indoor tanning tax within this bill: Snooki, JWoww, The Situation, and House Minority Leader John Boehner." This provision ought to put a common misconception to rest. It says right here, if you do not like the ruling of your death panel, you can appeal. Now, look, obviously I've learned this year politics can be a tough business, but there are times where you just can't help but laugh. You know what really tickles me? Eric Massa. Apparently, Massa claimed that Rahm came up to him one day in the House locker room, stark naked, started screaming obscenities at him. To which I say, welcome to my world. I feel you. It's a tense moment. You know, even as we enjoy each other's company tonight, we're also mindful of the incredible struggles of our fellow Americans in the Gulf Coast, both those leading the efforts to stem this crisis and those along the coast whose livelihoods are in jeopardy as a result of the spill. Also in our thoughts and prayers tonight are the men and women in uniform who put their lives at risk each and every day for our safety and freedom. So in that spirit, I'd also like to pay a tribute to the journalists who play an extraordinary role in telling their stories. You know, earlier today I gave the commencement address at Michigan, where I spoke to the graduates about what is required to keep our democracy thriving in the 21st century. And one of the points I made is that for all the changes and challenges facing your industry, this country absolutely needs a healthy, vibrant media. Probably needs it more than ever now. Today's technology has made it possible for us to get our news and information from a growing range of sources. We can pick and choose not only our preferred type of media, but also our preferred perspective. And while that exposes us to an unprecedented array of opinions and analysis and points of view, it also makes it that much more important that we're all operating on a common baseline of facts. It makes it that much more important that journalists out there seek only the truth. And I don't have to tell you that. Some of you are seasoned veterans who have been on the political beat for decades. Others here tonight began their careers as bloggers not long ago. but I think it's fair to say that every single reporter in this room believes deeply in the enterprise of journalism. Every one of you, even the most cynical among you, understands and cherishes the function of a free press in the preservation of our system of government and of our way of life. And I want you to know that for all the jokes and the occasional gripes, I cherish that work as well. In fact, tonight I wanted to present all of you with a bipartisan congressional resolution that honors all those wonderful contributions that journalists have made to our country and the world, but unfortunately, I couldn't break the filibuster. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.
Well, we are going to make history tonight, so I'm happy to know that it's not 11:35 p.m., but I give you a man who's good at any time of the day or night, Jay Leno.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you very much. This is every comedian's dream, rich people eating. As you know, there was quite a security line to get in. I got stuck behind the Arizona congressional delegation. Luckily, all their papers were in order, so it wasn't too much of a problem to get in. And I have the distinct honor of being the only person on this panel not subpoenaed by Rod Blagojevich. So I think that's pretty impressive itself. I can see the White House press corps very excited tonight. This is about as close to White House press conference they've had in a year, so this is it. So enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah. I'm not looking over. Is he laughing? Oh. Now, some of you on the news have mentioned the president been getting a little gray since taking office, but he's had his share of stress, tough economy, 2 wars, health care fight, Iran, North Korea, his mother-in-law moving in with him. Huh? I think that would break most men. And sometimes the press can be one-sided. As you mentioned, all during the election, they would ask things like, is Obama black enough? Is Obama too black? It's never the other way around. Is John Boehner orange enough? Is he too orange? We never hear that. And as you know, the president and the first lady have a wonderful family. I'm sure you remember this heartwarming photo. Take a look at this photo. We all went, take a look here. Oh, remember that? Wasn't that wonderful? And I think it reminded us all of a similar photo taken in a previous administration. Take a look. Oh, yeah. And our hats off to Michelle Obama, has made childhood obesity one of her causes. Yes, congratulations. She has started a more intense program. It's called Leave No Child with a Bigger Behind. And I think that's going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing. But Mrs. Obama, with all the good work you have been doing, it's been undermined by others in your administration. Here, take a look.
It's easy to say we need to eat healthy and exercise more. It's just as easy to say we'll start tomorrow. But our kids are running out of time. They're the first generation that might not live as long as their parents because of the health risks associated with being overweight. What can we do to help? Be the example they need. Make healthy choices and help them do the same. Let's move to raise a healthier generation of kids.
And there was a big setback for NASA this year. As you know, President Obama cutting the space program and sending more men to the moon. We're not going to be sending any more men to the moon. Although we can point to one major achievement during your time in office, Mr. President. We did get an astronaut on Dancing with the Stars. And I think that's something we can all be proud of. You know, I have the privilege of meeting President Obama a number of times, and always surprises me to hear critics describe the president as cold and aloof. I have never found him that way. He loves to socialize, health care, car companies, things of that nature. Well, I want to congratulate President Obama. He has done more than anyone for the American car industry, except for Toyota. Of course, Toyota played a major role. And as you may have heard, there were more problems for Toyota today. Apparently, 2 of the crash test dummies refused to get in the car. Yeah, so it's not, things are not looking good. But one wonderful thing about President Obama, never lost his street cred. He knows how to deal with the average guy. Now, here he is meeting